Ross Harbaugh. I teach cello at the Frost School of Music at the University of Miami. And today I want to talk about some remarkable things we can do with this piece of wood, which I call the Bowflex machine. It's very low tech, but amazingly effective in helping us make music. So a couple of the things that I think about when I use the bow is its natural tendency to relax the sound towards the tip if I don't apply any pressure. So if I did this, the bow is just doing what it naturally does when you let it flow to the tip. I call that a sigh bow. Now if I crescendo to the tip, then that would be more what I might call a song bow. And we need both of these bow usages when we're interpreting music. So here is a famous tune that we're all familiar with. So at the beginning, I'm crescendoing and going against the natural tendency of the bow, because of course my arm is getting further and further away from the point of contact. But if I use the right amount of leverage, weight, and torque, then I can create this beautiful connection, which I call a song bow. Now, when we're talking about these different uses of the bow, it's important to think about the three things that make a sound: arm weight, bow speed, and the contact point. And this is a dynamic equation. I call it that because if we change one of those elements, then we have to change the other two. And so with that in mind, I want to tell you about what I call the magic sound. Now the magic sound is playing with a forte vibrato, but with a very quick moving bow and close to the fingerboard. And so there are a couple of places in the Dvorak concerto where this is exactly the right sound that we want. One of them is in the A-flat minor section. So here I'm going to do a little section of that. Now if I use that same vibrato, but played with more weight, it would sound like this. But if I lighten up the bow, which I think is one of the most remarkable sounds that we can get on the cello, that's why I call it the magic sound. And there are certain places that we want it. Or maybe at the beginning of a Praise and Rev. Of course, it doesn't project quite as well as if we're using arm weight, but it's a wonderful contrast. And in interpreting music, it's important to have highs and lows so that you have a wide dynamic range. So enjoy using the bow in this magical way.